Hi everyone, welcome to 10 Luminous Emanations, as you know, TLE. So as every week, we are now still in the energy of the new moon of Tammuz, new moon of Cancer. It's a very powerful month, very powerful month. So let's start with a short meditation. Just let's focus our energy to download all the blessings we're supposed to receive through the energy of TLE, the Tree of Life. So if you wish, if you want, you can close your eyes, take a deep breath to the lower belly. Just connect. Put for you also some music and prepare for you. Let's leave everything behind us. All of the stress of the day, all of the worries, how it will be, when it will be, what's the solution, what to do, what not to do, all of the questions to leave on the side. What's the most important time in our life right now? It's just that moment, this moment in time. While we're asking from the Creator, from Rabbi Shimon, the Ari, of Ashlag, through our teachers of Karen, to connect us with the energy that we're supposed to connect with, each one of us. It's related with our correction, but related with our next level. I will read the verse from the Tree of Life to make the connections for all of us. לפני הצמצום היה אין סוף ממלא כל המציאות. דע, כי טרם שנאצלו הנאצלים ונבראו נבראים, היה אור עליון פשוט ממלא כל המציאות, ולא היה שום מקום פנוי בבחינת אוויר ריקני וחלל, אלא היה הכל ממולא מן אור אין סוף פשוט ההוא, ולא היה לו לא בחינת ראש ולא בחינת סוף, אלא הכל היה אור א' פשוט שווה בהשוואה א', והוא נקרא אור אין סוף. Let's take another deep breath on our belly. Let's open our eyes. Hope you enjoyed the music. So, let's see where we stopped last week with the 7 sfirot of the Partzuf, the lowest level of the sfirot, because remember, I was started to speak about the Partzuf. You know, Partzuf, it's face in Hebrew, face, but also Partzuf represent the entire 10 emanations. When you hear the word Partzuf, it means the 10 emanations, right? So here it's talking about 10 emanations inside of the Partzuf, inside of the face. בשם זין ספירות תחתוניות של הפרצוף ומכונה גם כן בשם קוף של הפרצוף. So the 7 lower emanations of the Partzuf, also they have another name. That's what it's called. It's called the body of the Partzuf. Okay? The body of the face, the body of the Partzuf. כי בכל פרצוף ופרצוף דקדושה, in any פרצוף of קדושה, what is קדושה? Of holiness. Let's try to keep the original words, because every time you hear the word Partzuf, boom, it's like when you're hearing the word television, you know what it does, right? You don't know how does it work, but it works, right? iPhone, oh, you know, iPhone, right? Then do you know how does it work? No idea, I'm just pressing, calling, it's working, right? So also here, so you hear the word Partzuf. How does it work in details? We don't know, but it's working. This is why Ashlag, he downloaded the language of the branches, it's called, right? Language of branches. So it condenses energies So he's using words that all energy is capsule of energy, right? So he says, so in any פרצוף and פרצוף of the קדושה, קדושה is the holiness, יש בו 10 ספירות, there is 10 emanations. So in any פרצוף or פרצוף of קדושה, of holiness, there are 10 emanations, okay? 10 emanations. הנקראות, what is the names of the 10 emanations? You might know them by heart, right? כתר, חוכמה, בינה, חסד, גבורה, תפארת, נצח, הוד, יסוד, מלכות. Those are the 10 emanations. שג' לספירות הראשונות מהם מכונות ראש הפרצוף. So if we have the 10 emanations, the 3 upper ספירות, their names is, what is their name? Yes, please. Let's try to answer. If we have the 10 emanations, so the 3 upper sphirot, what is the name of the 3 upper sphirot? Not the name of the emanations. All together represent a name. I told you the answer before, and I'm asking the question now. You understand? I said the answer before because we studied. So it's called Partzuf. I'm sure you even write it down, right?
I write it down, but it's like, what is that?
I write it down as a face. It's a face,
Right. So we have the 10 emanations. He mentioned the names of the 10 emanations, but the first 3 emanations, 3 sphirot, the upper ones, represent the name Partzuf. Okay? מכונות, sorry, just a second. Let me just correct myself. Not פרצוף. ראש הפרצוף, the head of the פרצוף, the head of the face. Okay? מכונות ראש הפרצוף, the head of the פרצוף. וזין ספירות תחתוניות, מכונות בשם גוף הפרצוף, and the other lowest 7 emanations, also you mentioned before, it's called גוף הפרצוף, the body of the פרצוף, the body of the face. So we have the head of the face, the head of the פרצוף, and the body of the פרצוף. גוף it's the body. Yeah, גוף. גוף הפרצוף. גוף is the body. So you study also Hebrew and also you study 10 emanations. You pay for 1, you get 2. You see? Buy 1, get 2. So it's a good deal. בלי הנהרה. ואפילו בנשמה של אדם התחתון, even in the soul of this, it's called אדם התחתון, the lowest man, ישנן גם כן בחינות 10 הספירות בשמותיהן הנ"ל. There is also 10 emanations, the same names of the emanations הנ"ל. וכן בכל בחינה ובחינה, and each level have 10 emanations. He's just breaking it for us, to understand that everything have the 10 emanations. Okay? הן בעליונים והן בתחתונים. In the uppers energies or in the lowest energies, everything have 10 emanations. והן בתחתונים. הן בעליונים והן בתחתונים. כמו שהתבררו דברים בטעמיהם, בפנים הספר בעזרת השם, he says, like we're going to explain in the book, בעזרת השם, with the help of the creator, the help of God. והטעם, again he says, טעם, it's like, what's the taste? Like, or in English, what's the point of it, right? But it's more like the טעם, using the word טעם. טעם, it's the taste, right? Because remember the question, what is the taste of life? So he's saying, שזין ספירות התחתוניות, so the 7 lowest emanations that represent the גוף הפרצוף, the body of the פרצוף, okay? נקראות בשם טעמי תורה. So, remember he said before that there are 2 levels of study the Torah. There are the secrets of the Torah, and there are the טעמי Torah, the taste of the Torah. Remember we talked about it, I think 2 weeks ago, something like that, or 3, or last week, not sure. So the 7 sfirot, the 7 lowest sfirot, right? They called Ta'amei Torah, the taste of the Torah. Ta'amei Torah. הוא סוד הכתוב, חיך אוכל יטעם. חך, אוכל יטעם. So there is a sentence that says, chech. What is chech? It's like, it's a part of the throat that we have the taste, right? So when the chech is actually touching the food with the lowest part, so what's happening, you have the taste. If you put something just on your tongue, you don't have taste. You have to connect, right? So it says, there is a sentence that says, chech ochel itam. The chech, that part, can taste the food. Can taste the food. So we're making that connection. Now we can taste the food. Okay? So he said, chech ochel itam. כי האורות המתגלים מתחת לגימל הראשונות, the lights that have been revealed below the 3 emanations, it means below כתר, חוכמה ובינה, שהם סוד ראש, that represent the head, ראש, the secret of the head, מכונים טעמים. They have another name that, so okay, let's go back a little bit. So we have the 10 emanations, right? We have the 3 emanations, the head of the Partzuf, we have the body of the Partzuf of 7 emanations, right? So he says the lights that reveals below the 3 emanations, below the head of the Partzuf, have a name that's called Te'amim. Can you say the word Te'amim? Te'amim. What is Te'amim? It's like, in English it can be flavors, but it's actually taste. Different type of taste, right? So it's like flavors, right? But different type of taste. So Te'amim. והמלכות דראש, מלכות דראש, and the malchut of the head, מכונה חך. So the malchut of the rosh, it's called, because also in the head there is level of malchut. Because remember, everything have 10 emanations, right? So it's called chech. Chech is the place that we can feel the taste. Okay? ומשום זה נקראים בשם טעמי תורה. And this is why their name is טעמי תורה, the taste of the Torah. He explains now why it's been called the taste of the Torah. It's amazing. Are you guys excited? Taste of the Torah. Remember, there are 2 levels to study. The taste of the Torah and the secret of the Torah. Now we explain about why it's been called the taste of the Torah. כלומר, what does it mean? המתגלים מחך הראש, that they've been revealed from the chech, from that place, but in the level of the head, of the 3 emanations. So they've been revealed from the place of the chech, in the head, שהוא בחינת מקור כל הדברים, that it's the source of all of the flavors, all of the tastes, everything. Any type of lights that we can imagine or can imagine that we taste or didn't taste exist in that place. Yes?
But are we talking about the physical?
Right now he's talking about, no, right now he's talking about the emanations.
Study and to have this example of the head and neck and connection, the tongue, it's just for us to understand how that actually works. What it,
Okay, so it's work both. Because also our body, this is why I'm showing you because also our body built by the 10 emanations. Also this is called a face, right? Not just by coincidence called a face. There's few reasons, but one, face. So if you look at our face, also we have all 10 emanations. Keter, Chokhmah, Binah, Zir Anpin, Malchut. We have the Keter, Chokhmah, right? Binah, Zir Anpin, Malchut. Yeah? Keter, Chokhmah, Binah, Zir Anpin, Malchut. So we have all 10 emanations. Also in the mouth, we have the lowest palate, the upper palate, right? It's in Malchut and Zir Anpin, right? We have the voice, Also, we have the energy of the combination of Zir and Pei and Malchut. Okay, so everything it's work with the ten emanations, and everything work in a way that we need to cleave ourselves with the upper worlds. Here we explain about the emanations, how it's work from the point of the emanations, the 10 sphirot, the spiritual levels. But how it reveals, with my consciousness, because it's also built in our body. So we have the face, then we have the 7 emanations, right? We have the energy below. So this is the head, right? And then you have the body. So the body of the 10 sphirot. Okay? Remember what he says before, that when we study, there are different type of studies that we're busy more with the mundane, and it's hard for us to connect. When we study Kabbalah, we most of the time busy with what? With the upper worlds, with the name of God. So it's easier for us to connect with the light if we just study the mundane stuff. So our mind go directly to where? To the 1%. So also here, we can get confused. Body, face, what is those names, right? Also because we can think also about 1%, but it's yes also. It's not like absolute just there, because we have to have the vessel to receive the lights here. Likes attract likes, right? So it's built in that shape, but when we start to, what we're doing now, we're connecting, right? We're building the computer. So if you go in the street, you're not going to the store and said, Zir Pei Malchut did this and this, the Sheb, and give me now a milk. Like, what? You think you're crazy, right? But when I know how things works from the point of 10 Sfirot, then we'll see, like slowly, as the Rav says, we want to increase, first of all, help us to increase our certainty and use it in a way that, it's already built in our consciousness, of like when we're using the tools even, we can use the tools from higher level of consciousness. Because if you see someone, let's say if you take in I don't know which one is the most good player in tennis. Nadal, who is the champion?
Novak.
What, who? Djokovic? Yeah, okay. Let's not argue. Whatever, Nadal, McEnroe, okay? McEnroe from the old times, okay? When I was a kid. It was McEnroe, another one. It was two.
Borg.
Huh?
Borg.
Borg? Yeah, so both of them, right? One long hair, one with curly hair, right? Yeah, that was like, the thing. So, okay, let's say. So imagine you're taking a guy like McEnroe, right? He know what he's doing, I'm sure, or Borg, right? Or taking us. He have he have a lot of hours on the fields and trainings and consciousness and how the ball, how this, the wind, this. They study so many things, the wind and the ball can do, right? To measure things and to whatever they do. We just, what do you mean? Just take the ball and just, We can even use the same, how you call it?
Racket.
What?
Racket.
Racket. The same racket he uses, the same balls. Are we going to play the same he plays? No. The same here. If we have now the Rav sitting here and teaching us, or I'm sitting teaching us, or you're reading, is it going to be the same? No. But the thing is, what does it mean? Why is it not the same? We need to earn the levels. We need to earn that place. So this guy, he practiced all day long. We just come into play. The Rav practicing all the time. So, but we can also practice all the time. Doesn't mean to sit all day and just to read and study. No. To practice while we're working, while we're in relationships. Even you go to a restaurant, you put in a gasoline in your car, whatever we're doing, I need to be conscious about what's going on, right? So when I'm conscious, actually, I'm taking myself above the mundane, above the 1%, right? So, כלומר המתגלים מחך הראש, so those lights revealed from the level of the chech in the head, שהוא בחינת מקור כל הדברים, it is the source of all of the flavors, all of the tastes, שהוא מלכות דראש, called מלכות דראש. It's called the מלכות of the ראש. So if in the Rosh, in the head, there is 10 emanations, the flavors and the taste come from the Chech, but in the level of Malchut inside of the head. Okay? Because where is the mouth? Malchut, right? It's there. אשר משם ולמטה אין שום איסור לגלותם, because from here and down there's no any like restrictions to reveal them. It's fine. It's allowed to reveal them. ואדרבה, even more than that, שכר המגלה אותם, the reward of that person that revealed those lights, גדול לאין קץ ולאין שיעור. Is so profound and huge, like almost end cats. There's no end, like the endless, and you can really measure it, the blessings that can come from it. It says you can really measure it. לאין שיעור, ולאין שיעור, ולאין שיעור. אכן ג' הספירות הראשונות הללו וססות התחתונות הללו, says so the 3 upper emanations and the 7 lowest emanations הללו, האמורות כאן, that's what we explained before, מתפרשות או בכלל כולו, או פרטי פרטיות שאך אפשר לחלק. He says they can be revealed or in one time, like everything can be revealed, all the energy, or just details can be revealed. שאך אפשר לחלק, you know, they can be not separated, divided, different type of energies. באופן שאפילו ג' הספירות הראשונות מהמלכות שבסוף עולם העשייה, so even if we talking about, okay, it's going to be a little bit confusing, but I'm going to explain. Even though the 3 upper sfirot of the malchut, that is the end of the world of Asiya, right? Is now we're adding more more things into the equation. So let's try to break it again. Let's try to break it again, okay? Imagine the 10 emanations, okay? You have 10 emanations. Let's take now the Keter. Inside of the Keter, there is another 10 emanations. In this 10 emanations, another, and so just in the Keter, endless of 10 emanations, right? So in each world, there are endless of 10 emanations, okay? So here he's talking about even in the 10 emanations that we're taken from the Malchut at the end of the world of Asiya, because there are different worlds, right? And the world of Asiya is the lowest world. This is the world of Asiya. It's called world of action. It's called the world of Asiya, okay? So if we take in the 3 upper sfirot from the Malchut, at the end of the world of Asiya, so if you take in the world of Asiya, so at the end is Malchut, right? But the 3 upper sfirot of the end of the Malchut of Olam Asiya, right? So it's almost like at the end. Not almost, it says in the end of the Olam Asiya. שייכות לחלק סתרי תורה שאסור לגלותן. They connected with the secrets of the Torah that we can't reveal, we can't tell. So the taste of the Torah that they come from the upper Gimel Sfirot, we can reveal, we can say. But those secrets that exist in the end of Olam Asiya, he says, those called the secrets of the Torah. And he says, it's forbidden to reveal them. וזין הספירות התחתוניות שבחדר דרוש לאצילות, and the 7 ספירות, the lowest 7 ספירות, that exist in the keter of the head of Atzilut. Okay? So in another world, but in the head of the Atzilut, they connected, they belong לחלק תאמת, to a part of the taste of the Torah that it's allowed to reveal. It's allowed to reveal and to share. You know, for us, maybe it can be a little bit confusing and like, oh, you know, you think I'm going to remember it after I will leave the class. It's like, it's all mathematics, right? It's like, what you just said, you know? But the thing is, again, we don't have to remember that, like physically, because, you know, but it's built in. So, you know, when we build in, actually, we build in a vessel that we can connect with the upper worlds and reveal the blessings to our life and through us to the world. Because whatever we're revealing, we don't, like, from the point of blessings, for sure we don't want to reveal it just to ourselves. We want to reveal it to the whole world. And even though it sounds like complicated, don't worry. You're not going to be tested about it right now, okay? But the whole explanation why he go a little bit deeper, Rav Ashlag, because he explained about why there are two parts that one called the taste of the Torah, and there is another part that's called the secrets of the Torah. You know, many people saying you're not allowed to study Kabbalah. We mentioned before, remember, but that just from age of 40, and after you learn everything before and all of the things. But in Kabbalah there are two sections. There's Ta'amei Torah. He says it. There's Ta'amei Torah that we should reveal, and the reward it's endless, right? The secrets of the Torah we shouldn't reveal. But also the secret of the Torah, they revealed in a way when the student is ready, the teacher appear. Like in the Torah, one of the examples is when Moshe, right? Moses, when he was ready I'm not sure he knew he's ready, right? But he was ready. His vessel was ready. So what's happened? Remember when the burning bush that the Creator was talking to him? He didn't think he's ready. He said, no, I can go, He tried to convince the Creator he can't go, right? Imagine, there's a lot of conversation, but from the point of the Creator, he was ready. And he was the one to go. So that's when the student is ready, the light, the secret will be revealed. So that we can't even share. How we can share that? We can't. It's but we can share the taste of the Torah, the Ta'amei Torah. So imagine how many books and how much knowledge there is just about how to connect and to reveal the taste of the Torah, the Ta'amei Torah. Right? Are you still excited?
Yeah.
It's exciting because there are so many blessings that we can reveal. We just need to practice our thoughts, our intention, our brain, our behavior toward the tree of life. It means to more and more to behave in the way of tree of life. And that's a must for us every day, day by day. Not to overwhelm ourselves, but as a spiritual people, we want to check ourselves in a way not to put ourselves down. No, of course not. Just in the sense, as Avishak explained, I want to see my field. I want to see my garbage. I want to see it. I don't know if I can fix it now, but I want to see it. At least I want to see it and to agree that I have it. Because most of the time when we argue with someone, why we argue? Why we argue with someone? From what we just said. Give me like a hint. Just why we argue with someone?
Disagree with them.
Disagree. Why we argue with someone?
Maybe
You're right.
Showing you your garbage sometimes.
Yes, because I want us to use the words what we just mentioned.
It's like a mirror.
Yeah, he shows us the garbage, but still I'm arguing. Why I'm arguing? There's a word I'm looking for. That's what we need to know, and then maybe we're going to be more soft about it, in the sense of, you know what? I understand if I'm doing that. Actually, I'm. You know why we're doing it? Yeah, everything you said, you're right, and there are more answers even. Because we're protecting our klipa. When we argue back, not sharing knowledge, and I don't care if you believe me or not or whatever. I'm cool. I love you anyway. Like whatever, just share knowledge. I don't care. But if I'm arguing, it means like it's about me. It's not about the knowledge anymore. It's about me now. You understand? Like why I'm arguing? It's bothering me. So bothering who? Bothering my klipa. Because whatever reason. So I'm protecting my klipa. So how I'm going to change? I can't even see that I'm doing something wrong. Even though I'm studying Kabbalah, anger it's bad, to be stubborn is bad, whatever, studying Kabbalah, but right now I'm doing it and still I'm continuing. So it means I didn't get it. I'm protecting my klipa. Because now if I need to, if I kind of agree or I'm soft about it and let go, I need to let go of my klipa. No, come on. No, I know her for so long, so many years. Now I need to let go of that klipa. What I'm going to do? In a way, we don't know how to live without those klipot, because we get used to it, because we think this is who we are. It's not who we are. It's like klipot. No, it's like, I don't know if you have this experience, even though it's gross sometimes, but you can be in the desert, you can be like in a trip, you can be whatever, you're going to go to a marathon, and you're sweating, and this, and and whatever, and then you don't have a chance to take a shower even, right? But the whole day, you just went the whole day. Then it's dry on you, then you put just maybe a new shirt that you have in your bag. Slowly, from like in the beginning, you're like, it's gross, I need a shower, I complain. Suddenly after an hour, you don't even think about it anymore. You just, flow with it, like, fine. Go to eat, go to a restaurant. Then at the end of the day, you can go back to the hotel, let's say, whatever you want to trip. Now after you take in the shower, suddenly you feel how much you have on yourself from the whole day of like, you look at oh my God, everything's like in black in the shower because the dust and the sweat, right? Suddenly you're like, oh wow, what a feeling, oh my God, what a feeling. But the whole day, at the beginning was gross, and then you get used to it. You just, what I can do nothing about it right now. No shower, maybe wipes, whatever, but it's not the same. But suddenly after I took a shower, it's like, oh wow, I feel a relief, right? So it's like the same here, because that's like, let's think about like, this is what I could think about how to experiment with the klipot, right? Because the whatever, toxins or whatever on our body. So also here, we get used to the klipot. Is that, with that, it doesn't have, it's not enough just to take a shower with shampoo and soap. This is the klipot we're talking about. That's actually, we need to transform our consciousness, we need to let go. We need to do the restriction. So first, I want to see my klipot. I want to see that field. I want to see the garbage. Rav Shach saying, first of all, when we see it, it's like 51%, it's gone. Because you recognize it. You admit it, even not to the person, even for yourself. Oh my God, this is who I am, this is how I behave. This is my klipa now, like that, answering back and fighting, and oh my God, what is that? That's not me. I don't recognize myself, right? That's my klipa. That's just that. Okay, 50, that's it. 50. Now we need to use one of the tools to let go, right? So we want to reveal those lights. We want to reveal those lights because they helping us to see our klipot. It's like flashlights, right? We're taking a flashlight. You see like the road. You see what's in front of you. If not, there are bumpers every second you can fall, right? So he says, שייכות לחלק תאמת התורה אשר מותר לגלותם. אבל הדברים האלה מפורסמים בספר קבלה. He says, and those things, what I share with you, it's been announced in different Kabbalah books. It means like all of what we allowed to reveal. So in the Kabbalah books, they've been revealed. You see? This is just one. And there is more. And there is Ketuvei Ari. There is a Zohar, right? And there is different books of different Kabbalists also, right? So thank God there are a lot of books with information that each Kabbalist, he was a channel for different type of energy to help us. This is why in a year, if we pay attention, it's a cycle, right? So you can study the same portion every year, and every time you have different understanding. It's like you said, the same story, right? How come? Because the energy changed. There are different Kabbalists drawing the light from different places. We changing, The light never ever change. But for us, because our vessel change, we receive it in a different understanding for us, and then we're like, oh wow, right? We're excited because different type of like energy we didn't have before. But from the point of the light says, "Ani lo shaniti." I never change. The light never change. The vessel change. The vessel remove klipot. Now the vessel receive more, so the vessel feel like, oh wow, right? So the vessel change. This is why we need to always to make sure that we're keeping ourselves in a mode of like, I want to change. Again, what I'm saying, I want to change, not in a Taliban way, not in like a crazy way of overwhelming myself. It's I want it, show me, and you will see it. Okay, create a plan. Create, as Rabbi is saying, a plan. It's one, and find a trick how to trick your opponent. Now find a tool that you choose is good for you to use. If it's a Zohar, half an hour, if it's an Bekoach, Symptoms of God, if it's volunteering, if it's gift, whatever that thing that you feel like right now I'm going to do for a month, for 2 months, just I'm going to push myself like a challenge or whatever, just to transform myself, transform my energy, So it's a reminder for me to behave in that positive way I choose to behave. Make sense? If you want to do a cleanse and you eat all day like pizza, okay, nice, but in your mind, yes, I want to have juices, and then you eat pizza, doesn't make sense, right? But when you drink the juice, you remind yourself, I'm in a cleanse. Or you eat the cucumber, I'm in a cleanse, right? Just an example. So, just for us to download it to the level of manifestation, how it's working in the upper worlds, and how when you download it to our world. So, ומקור הדברים הללו תמצא במסכת פסחים, and you can find the source of those things in מסכת פסחים. He give the page. דף ק"ט, it's page 119. דאמרינן שם, they saying over there, כתיב, it says in ישעיהו כ"ג, והיה סחרה ואתננה קודש להשם, לא יעצר ולא יחסן, כי אם לא יושבים לפני השם יהיה סחרה, לאכול השובע. The ones that will sit in front of the Creator, they are the ones that will eat till they will feel full. ולמכסה עתיק וכולי. And the sentence continues saying וכולי. מהי למכסה עתיק? What is למכסה עתיק? למכסה עתיק is like kind of an ancient cover. זה המכסה דברים שכיסה עתיק יומין. This is the cover that covered things that עתיק יומין covered. עתיק יומין, like the creator from creation, that he covered it. ומאי נינהו? סתרי תורה. And what is that? What the עתיק יומין covered? And what the creator covered from the beginning? It says, סתרי תורה, the secrets of the Torah. The secrets of the Torah. ואיכא דאמרי, זה המגלה דברים שכיסה עתיק יומין, and it says, the one that reveal what עתיק יומין covered, it's called, מייניניהו, what is his name? It's called טעמי תורה, the taste of the Torah. הוא פירש רשב"ם, ז"ל, וז"ל עתיק יומין, וזה לשונו, עתיק יומין. זה הקדוש ברוך הוא. What is עתיק יומין? The word עתיק יומין. עתיק, it's like ancient. יומין, it's days. So like ancient days, right? So he says, this is the creator, קדוש ברוך הוא. Again, קדוש ברוך הוא, it's also זעיר אנפין. So this is the creator. דכתיב, ועתיק יומין יתיב סתרי תורה, that עתיק יומין will reveal סתרי תורה, the secrets of the Torah. הוא מעשה מרכבה ומעשה בראשית ופירושו של שם כדכתיב, זה שמי לעולם. This is my name forever. והמכסה, and the one that covers. היינו שאינו מוסר אותם לכל אדם. It means why he covered. When he says he's covered, that he doesn't reveal them to any person, just to select ones. like we mentioned, Moshe, right? Moses, and different Kabbalists, Rabbi Shimon, Ari Kadosh, Rav Ashlag, different Kabbalists. And each Kabbalist also reveal different type of those lights. This is why we have so many books, right? Because it's been revealed to different, but most of what's been revealed in a way of Ta'ameh Torah. Like let's say the secret's been revealed, but then what they revealed, because if not we can't read it, right? Because if we're not ready, so this is what he says, you can find in Kabbalah books what the Kabbalists allowed to reveal. So it's called Ta'ameh Torah. Okay? Ta'ameh Torah. So this is why in a way we can understand it can't hurt people. How even we can have that thought that Chas v'Shalom, the Creator, it's like what we say actually, not us, but in many places or many times they say, oh, you're not allowed, no, you're going to get crazy, no, you're going to this, so we think that the light doesn't know. It's like people think that the Creator doesn't know what good, what bad. He doesn't know if he should give this Kabbalist to reveal his book or not. If it's already in a book, it can't be a secret. Now, I'm not talking about people that write in books not with permission of the lineage. I'm talking about, because Rav Ashlag says, it needs to be permission from above. It can't just any person can come now, read a few books, and suddenly write a book of Kabbalah. There is out there a lot of books of Kabbalah that actually they are dangerous. Because people in our generation, they took different books and they wrote different name of angels and different combinations, and they teach in the book how to do it's called Kabbalah Ma'asit, practical Kabbalah, not the way practical Kabbalah we teach in, lose the tools. It's practical with different angels, different things. Take this, do this, and you can have this, do this. That's we're not allowed to do, right? So there are, and it says Kabbalah book, right? So we say, oh, Kabbalah, yeah, I'm in Kabbalah Center. I can read this book. And then say, oh, wow, it's interesting. Why are we not studying in Kabbalah Center? There are things we're not allowed to touch, to do. And somehow people, like Rav Ashlag called them the book Isriki. That they take in whatever information, suddenly they're writing books about Kabbalah. And he says, to write Kabbalah books, it needs to be a permission from above, So the Kabbalists, they receive permissions, or a Kabbalist give his student the permission, to write a book. It seems to be in a way that, like he says here, it reveals in a way that it's going to add blessings to the vessel, and Chas v'Shalom, not to harm the vessel, and not to harm other people, not to harm the world.
That is bread of shame.
From one hand, it can be bread of shame. From the other hand, in our generation, we don't have the red eifer. So there are different things we can't use. And if we use them, yes, people can see results, but temporary results. And then it says everything is changing and become worse for the person. Yeah, the opposite, and more even, because he earned for, it was a lady. Just to understand, I'll tell you a short story. I didn't meet her, but the teacher, when I was studying Kabbalah in Tiberias, so the teacher, he taught something, and he was talking about, there are different type of talisman, right? That's usually what they do, they kind of swear in the angel. What we do in the center is different a bit. So it's a kind of, you creating something and it creates an angel, but you're not controlling or whatever, like it's just guiding, right? A guiding or guardian angel, or I don't know how to do it, but it's different, right? Because there he says we can't use it in our generation because we don't have the right eifer, right? So she said her business wasn't working so good. She used to have back then a bride store. It's called Bride Store. Bridal store, and we were selling everything, like bridal, preparing you when she come, fan, whatever she need for the wedding, and not really clients, nothing. Then she heard about someone, they told her about this guy. Okay, she went, he gave her like a talisman, right? Said like, you don't understand. The phone for 3 months didn't stop ringing. 3 months. Work, 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 work. She said, she told him, after 3 months, it's like somebody closed the faucet. Like not day by day, like nada, zero, nothing. She said, like somebody closed the faucet, nothing. And since then, she doesn't have work. And she doesn't understand what's happened. But then she understood because he was teaching in that class. I don't know what was specific about that, but he mentioned it. And then this is when she came and told him the story. Now she got it, that she have the talisman. So usually what we used to tell people, like, just take it and put in Geniza. Don't keep it with you. Because now it's empty space, it's like everything go against you, And there are different things a person, might want to do to just transform the energy, right? So for us to realize, we have so much powerful tools that we can use and we can change our consciousness, that it says it's allowed to reveal those energies and the connection with the endless. And you can measure the blessings even, right? So we're not talking about the secrets of the Torah, we're talking about the Ta'ameh Torah. What is the taste of the Torah? Yeah, taste of the Torah. Let's listen to the Rav. So, let me just mark it.
Right? If that'll be the only, but that that's where we're headed for. So the question is, we try to avoid many of the things that come up in the illusionary world, and there's only one way, according to the Zohar, and that is when we take control, consciously or unconsciously. Who cares? I mean, if I do the other bakor, and I don't see all of the manifestations, because they are not manifestations that the eye can detect. Ask the scientist, can his eye see the atom? He says no. Does he know it exists? He says yes. Doesn't bother him that he can't see it, so he tries to use accelerators and smashes and whatever else to try to bring to the forefront so he can see it. We don't care if we don't see it. If it works, then it works. If I could change poisonous food, contaminated food, into healthy food by doing it on a bakol as an example, now say, how could it be? We're learning how it could be. The question is, why isn't it so? If 99% is not subject to contamination, it's only the physical aspect that's subject to contamination. Because even after contamination, what they will tell you is, there's an attachment of strains of foreign matter, but the essential stuff is the same. The water didn't change. What's the problem with the water? What's the problem with the air? The air remained as it always was. It has additions. The additions is the problem, not that water has been changed by these pollutants. When we drink the water, we're taking in other foreign matters. That's the problem. Now, if I can convert that foreign matter, convert it. Because how did the foreign matter come about in the first place? You have to remember. We made it. We made it by a little lashon hara, a little stealing, a little killing, a little hurting. Yes, everything that is bad is man. Everything that's good is also man. So if we forget these things, then we have lost part of that awareness. And if we lost part of that awareness, according to the Zohar, if you don't know, you haven't made connection. Therefore, we have to learn this method. Even though Akudim and talking about Adam Kadmona, it's something that from a physical point of view the eye will never grasp. Never. So what's the purpose of, I need something to lead me. Lead you what? You're talking about the 1% consciousness? The 1% conscious should become an observer. Who wants that? If you know you're on the right track, then the consciousness leads you. But I don't understand where it's taking me. Or I don't even understand how the food becomes better. What's the difference? The fact is that I can convert matter, physical matter I can convert.
It's very powerful what I've said. Let's maybe take some light work. To give them the light work. You guys excited for the light work? Give me a second. I'm also the cameraman, so that's funny. Okay, so action. So, I've said something very powerful, that's really related with this time and related with all the time. And some of what we talked today, maybe I'm thinking maybe next week just to see this part again and to have whole conversation about it, because it's very, very important, very, very powerful point. But let's pay attention at least this week, and at least the whole month, of Cancer and the whole month of Leo, right? To pay attention to any extras, any additions that we add in during the day. It can be even something very small. First, let's recognize it. Then let's try to find ways to act upon it. Don't try just right away to change it. Okay, recognize it, then have a plan. This is the way the Rav is saying, recognize, then use a tool, come with a plan, come with a trick, So also in work, if we rush in to fix things, usually it's not working the way we want. Or if we say, what, you see the problem, right? Let me just check about it. I will do some research, give me a day or two, and I come back to you. You make the research, you come with the plan. Listen, that's what I found. This is the plan. Take it or leave it, but this is what I can do. So everything you're in control, because you want to solve the problem. So we don't want to be reactive system, but the reactive system. It's also reactive, right? So we want to really find. So let's pay more attention about any addition that we have in life, any extras we have in life. It can be even it's also from Pirkei Avot, but let's say the small example even. It can be even somebody asking you yes or no question, and suddenly you give a spiel of 15 minutes. I just ask, do you want to eat, yes or no? You give me the whole story about the morning, about this, what you had, didn't eat. Whoo, I'm hungry. Let me just make you want to eat or no? We need to start to pay attention to what we've been asked, right? Yes or no? Are you hungry? Yes or no? Then we can talk about the menu, but first, So we need to not to assume what we've been asked, or not to assume what the other person wants to hear, even though it's going to be weird. Because we thinking instead of the other person, what do you think about me? So I'm saying even we need to pay attention, yes, about our words. We need to pay attention even about our words, what we're saying, what we're not saying. Okay, we need to be careful about that. Then we have so many extras during the day, We're wasting our time, maybe we're lazy, maybe we eat too much, drinking too much, or having stuff we're not supposed to, or whatever those things, Each one, we are different. Whatever I can recognize. You know what, even you have a notebook next to you, go to the notebook and write down, because believe me, if not, you're going to forget. You think you're going to remember, I will after, no. Write it in your phone, in the notes, or write it in a notebook, whatever. My extras. I said those things. I shouldn't say. Just just in points for you. Then when you go over it, let's say in the end of the day or the middle of the day, okay, you know what? I want to change that for tomorrow. So then you have already planned for tomorrow, not today. Okay, you did it. Next, we're learning. We're learning. So let's take what the Rav said, because any addition, any extra, harming and hurting something in nature, because we're all connected. So it's Chas Shalom can hurt our nature, our home, and then we hurt in nature. So if we can start to remove extras, then we start to influence nature and influence other people, and then suddenly you will hear those big scientists or big whatever people that can start to announce about, oh, we should remove this, remove that, we should do this, do that, and suddenly they remove extras. Remove extras. So then suddenly the universe will start to revive again. Start to be beautiful. Many times they give us information that we start to believe that it cannot change. But it's not true. The Rav actually prove. Let's remember what's happened. I told you, I think the story, but the lake of Globalkaya. Remember the story? I think it was Globalkaya. When the how do you call it? The radioactivity company was next to it, and it spilled inside of a little bit inside of this lake, and nothing was living over there, not inside of the water and not around, nothing, animals, nothing, because they cannot live, right? They sense and they run away. And the Rav did an experiment with trucks or whatever. One of the doctors, actually, I think, was working with the Rav about it. Dr. Spokolnik, he passed away also. And they did an experiment, and the Rav was on the phone, and a few people were there in the place and do the meditation, and they put the Kabbalah water inside of the lake. They put the water, they said that they report that, suddenly it become like when you put something like bubbles and like psh, like smoke, and this like they felt like there is a fight in the water, like they're fighting, the molecules were fighting. And they did that. I don't know how long it took, but I remember I was in Israel back then, and one of those Shabbats, somebody bring a newspaper, and it was a big newspaper. In the middle, you open usually in the middle of the newspaper there is the main news. You open in the middle of one of those newspaper. It was I remember that it was like a picture like that of all the beautiful animals that they walking toward the lake, back to the lake, and then the article. And they say, the article, they don't understand what's happened, because years and years and years, there's no animals, no nothing in this area. The animals start to go back to the lake of Globalkia. We know why. They don't know why. That's one of the things. The center doing so much in the world. People doesn't know, but they said, we don't know. They just went back to the. So what does it mean for us? That nature, when we stop to, what I've said, when we stop to do the extras or stop harming ourselves and stop harming nature know how to change itself and to go back to the roots. And animals, they sense, they feel everything. And how do you know to go back? They know. They're connecting, with the love of the Creator, to connecting with nature. Everything is connected, right? They feel everything. So if we start to change that, it's a part of our restriction also. B'ezrat Hashem, we will feel better, and we're going to affect people around us, the nature around us, remove some extras and additions, and hopefully B'ezrat Hashem will remove that pain and suffering from the world and create less and less empty spaces and more blessings for ourselves and for the world. Chodesh Tov, everyone.